Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. It is good to be back in front of the camera filming some videos for you, and before we get into the main bit of the video, I have got some very quick updates, stuff that's going on that I think you'd be interested in. First things first, a new product has launched on the cavanboothmagic store. This is PS, which is a miniature book that is absolutely packed full of mentalism techniques. So if you're a magician or a mentalist and you want to improve the way that you perform mentalism, then you can pick up PS today for £22. And for that you get 30 tricks and techniques that are taught in detail that will change your magic and mentalism forever. It's a system that I've been working on for 2 whole years now, and it's a compilation of some of my absolute favourite tricks, stuff that I've been holding on to for such a long time, but that is available to buy today. It's the link in the description, that's where you can pick it up. The second thing I want to let you know about is that I have some exams coming up which are called A-levels. If you live in the UK, you will know that A-levels are pretty important exams that I do need to study for, and what this means is that over the next couple of months, 1.5 months, the number of videos will decrease ever so slightly. But I will not be stopping making videos, don't worry, I'm not going to go away permanently. The good news is that once all of those are out of the way, I will have a big, long summer where I can make as many videos as I want, which I'm really looking forward to. And then after that, I'll be going to university, and I'll try and film as much of that as I possibly can, the whole sort of process of moving and everything, just to let you guys in on my life a little bit more. And yeah, then this background will no longer be here. Alright, enough of the boring stuff and the updates, let's get into what we're talking about today, which is, you've read the title, it's about Penn Teller's Masterclass, which has dropped on Masterclass not long ago. I've just seen an advert for it and I stopped myself watching it because I wanted to react to it on camera. And then we're going to look through the Masterclass web page, which I've got open on my laptop, and we're going to see what this is about. Is this a good thing for magic? Is this bad? Is it harmful? Is it made for magicians or lay people? Will I buy it? That is the question. So yeah, let's dive into Penn Teller's Masterclass. So I've got my laptop right here. We're going to start with the video that is essentially the trailer for the Masterclass. I'm going to watch it, but I'm also going to pause it quite often, give my thoughts on what's being said and what's happening. I've watched the first like 30 seconds of this, but the rest of it, I don't know. Let's see what this is about.
This is not juggling. This is called misdirection. And no matter what level you are at magic, we got stuff here for you.
Okay, so that is one of the things that I was really sort of impressed by to start with. So this is instantly captivating for me because no matter what level you're at magic, there's something here for you. Now, I'm assuming that a lot of the tricks that will be taught on this masterclass are going to be low-level tricks. Not in a bad way, I've got nothing against low-level tricks. I'm just saying that I think a lot of it will be beginner stuff. But I also think that there'll be a lot of sort of information, a lot of sort of the philosophy behind magic that will be interesting. So I think some of the discussions that Penn Teller will have on this masterclass will be very honest, will be very sort of behind the magic, and not just tricks, but actually the psychology, the philosophy, even the history behind magic. So that's something that I'm interested in. But we'll carry on watching, I'll get a bit more information. World-renowned magicians. Here we go.
Learning basic principles of magic, like learning chords on a guitar. Once you know a few simple principles, you can build your whole magic routine.
So that's what I'm talking about. I think a professional magician might buy this masterclass and know a lot, if not all, of the tricks that are taught. But it's the sort of advice, the performance advice, that I think will be really useful. And that's something that is definitely tempting me into buying this, but I'll get to that in a second. Let's carry on watching the trailer.
When you don't talk, the audience has to tell itself the story, and they don't know where it's going.
So there we go. That is Teller talking. And as soon as I saw this, I just sighed relief because I am so happy that Teller has chosen to finally talk in this masterclass, because he has so much knowledge that it would just be such a waste if he stayed in character and stayed silent. That is what is going to surprise a lot of people. Teller talking, and not just talking, but giving advice and revealing tricks in a very open way. That is going to be a big selling point for a lot of people. I think a lot of the reasons people are going to buy this masterclass is to hear Teller's advice. You know, magicians that know how much Teller knows, they are going to want a piece of that. So, yeah, let's carry on.
Behind this uses sound misdirection. Palming is when you hide something in your hand.
Interesting that the trailer is revealing tricks as well. I like that.
Completely close your fist.
Just a little bit of insight, not too much reveal, but not too little so that people don't know what they're getting.
The simplest trick you can do involves exploring how do we know what is true. There's more magic.
I just love Teller talking. I don't know why. It's just so good.
You just have to know the card next to the card.
Was that your card?
Yes.
We're Penn Teller, and this is our masterclass.
It is indeed. So there we go. That is the trailer for Penn Teller's masterclass. A lot of celebrities, a lot of experts in what they do, they're all doing masterclasses, and I knew that at some point someone would do a masterclass on magic. But I gotta be honest, I did not expect it to be Penn Teller. I really didn't. I thought that it would be Shin Lim. I genuinely did think that Shin Lim would be the first to have a masterclass because he's sort of the new face on the block. It's very surprising to see Penn and Teller, who are basically now the old faces on the block. You know, they've been performing for 40 years, I think it is. It's interesting to see that they're the ones to do a masterclass. But hey, who's to say that Shin Lim won't in the future? Open your mind with magic, here we go. With more than 40 years performing together, Penn and Teller have sold out shows around the world, earned a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame, and created the longest running headline act in Las Vegas. Blimey, the longest running. I didn't actually know that. That's very interesting. Now the legendary magicians are taking you behind the curtain. Learn the fundamental magic tricks and psychological tools that create amazement at home or on the stage. Expand your perception of the possible. So what do you get? You get 14 plus lessons. Not sure how many that is, if that's 15 or what it is, but more than 14 lessons. You get a companion book. Overview. Okay, so meet Penn and Teller. I imagine that's just the introduction video, of course. Then the second video is sleight of hand, the French drop. Okay, a weird place to start in my opinion, but sure. Then the third video is cups and balls. Now, this is where I'm starting to doubt this masterclass ever so slightly. Lesson number 4 seems like more of the sort of thing that I'd be interested in. It says, what is magic? Magic's an intellectual art form that requires the audience's engagement as well as their suspension of disbelief. In this chapter, Penn and Teller crack open the philosophical and psychological concepts behind performing magic. That sounds really interesting and I would love to see that lesson. I think Penn and Teller, they know a lot about the psychology, the philosophy of magic, so that discussion I would personally be very interested in. But the French drop, the cups and balls, I don't know what I'd gain from that. I don't know if that would be worth buying this masterclass. I think I might just skip over that if I did buy this. Lesson number 6, coin magic. Okay, that's quite a broad topic for one lesson. So there's one lesson on coin magic, there's one lesson on card magic. They are huge genres of magic. I don't understand how a lesson is just called coin magic and card magic. How is that? What? I don't know how long these lessons are, but one lesson on card magic doesn't seem like enough. I don't know what they're teaching, if they're just teaching the fundamental moves, or if they're teaching a couple of tricks. I think that the name of the lessons needs to be more specific, because just calling a lesson card magic doesn't really tell me anything about what I'm actually going to learn if I choose to pick this masterclass up. It seems like this very weird mix between really interesting discussions on magic that I think is appealing more to the magicians that are already performing, and teaching very, very basic tricks that seems like more of the layman thing. So I don't know who this is aimed at. Is it aimed at magicians or laymen? Lesson number 15, Penn and Teller team up with legendary magician Johnny Thompson to coach a chop cup routine that requires a lot of practice and technical skill. Wow, Johnny Thompson is on this masterclass. That is really good. As a magician, you'll probably know who Johnny Thompson is if you are a magician. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year, so again, it'd be really interesting to see Johnny Thompson teach magic in this masterclass. That is a very rare experience. So that's everything, and it's £85. Ooh, it's £85. I think we need to talk about that. 14 lessons. Okay, let's say, I don't know how long they are, but let's say each lesson is an hour. It might not be, they might be 20 minutes for all I know. There's no indication of exactly how long each lesson is, which I think is very poor. I want to know what I'm buying before I buy it. Masterclass, can you not just tell us how long the lessons are? Anyway, let's say they're an hour, that's 14 hours plus the bonuses, so 15, 16 hours of teaching with Penn Teller. This seems aimed at laymen because the trailer shows a lot of tricks. It shows Penn Teller teaching tricks like the cup going through the table, the cups and balls, the card magic, the card through the mat. The trailer seems aimed at saying, look, you can learn magic. And even the name of the masterclass is Penn Teller Teach the Art of Magic. It seems like they're teaching magic. And yet you go on the website and it's mainly discussions on magic, the psychology and the philosophy of it. So I don't know, if a layman bought this, would they be disappointed that there's not enough magic being taught? And if a magician bought this, would they be just sort of like, what's all this basic tricks here for? Why are we learning this? I already know the French drop. Okay, let's imagine that I'm a layman, and let's imagine that I don't know anything about magic, but I'm really interested in learning magic, okay? But at the moment, I don't know anything. Maybe I know a couple of tricks, I've tried my hand at a few self-working card tricks, and I want to go the extra mile to learn magic. And I see that Penn Teller, some famous magicians that I know, have released this masterclass on magic, and it says Teach the Art of Magic. So I make the investment. I spend £85 and I try and learn magic from Penn Teller in this masterclass. Am I going to be disappointed? Because so far, from looking at the webpage, all I'm going to learn is the French drop, card magic, whatever that is, in one lesson, coin magic, which is different to the French drop for some reason, the cups and balls, and rope tricks. What else? Is that it? Oh, some stuff on misdirection. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so basically it's 6 things that you learn. 6 things in magic. Coin magic and card magic, I don't know exactly how many things are taught in that, but we'll just count it as 1 each. So 5 things plus misdirection. Now the reason I'm counting misdirection is it says learn misdirection, so I'm imagining there's some teaching involved in that. So if I was a layman and I spent £85 to learn 6 things in magic, I'd be a bit disappointed, you know? It would be all of these discussions on the psychology of magic that seem very aimed at professionals, and me as a layman, I've bought this and I've learnt 6 things for £85. It just doesn't seem like it would be very good for a layman to buy this. As a magician, on the other hand, I think that a lot of magicians will pick this up and really enjoy this. So I would recommend it. If you are a magician, if you've got £85, you like Penn Teller, you like what you see on the website, go and buy it. I really think you should go and buy it if you're a magician. If you're not a magician, there are better places to learn magic. Go and pick yourself up a magic book. I'll link some in the description from Amazon. You can pick up some magic books and you can learn the way that I learned, which was through books. I think that's the best way of doing it. I don't think that this £85 video course is really going to kickstart your magic career. Alright, so that's the end of my discussion on this masterclass. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you took something away from it, and if you did, make sure to click the thumbs up down below. You can also leave me a comment if you've bought the masterclass, tell me what it's like, and if you haven't, tell me if you'll buy it or not. I will be replying to as many comments as I possibly can, as always, and yeah, if you want to subscribe to the channel, this is the sort of thing that I do, so if you enjoy this and you want to see more, then yeah, subscribe. That is the way of seeing more. It's how YouTube works. And a reminder that my physical printed and bound book on mentalism, PS, is available in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.